We'd like to hope that everybody that's coming in is in. We'll give them just maybe 10 more seconds, 5 more seconds or so, as I introduce myself and Angela that we're going to be talking about. Anyway, good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ralph Plaza. I work for Economic Modeling Specialists International. Some of you know us as MZ or EMSI. We also have Angela Bacham, who is the product manager for the California Community College Technology Center as well. Thanks, Angela. Well, we're privileged to talk to you about the EPI and specifically the career exploration component of the Student Services Portal. Before we do that, let me get a little house cleaning out of the way. Y'all are muted right now, okay? But please feel free as we go along to type in any questions in the question box. And then at the end of the presentations, we're going to look at those questions and answer any questions that you might have. So with that, I'm going to just give it to Angela, and we'll start talking about EPI. Go ahead, Angela.
All right. Well, Ralph, thank you, and good morning, everyone. As Ralph mentioned, EMSI and EPI are so glad to be able to be talking with you this morning. This module is to give you a high-level overview of our partnership. So let's just dive in. And it all started with the Senate Bill 1456, which was the first step to begin implementation of the Student Success Task Force recommendations. It provided a framework of funding for core student success services, including assessment, counseling, education planning, and more. An EPI was developed to respond to and implement key recommendations. The focus of EPI is to strengthen support and guidance to students. Students are at the heart of everything we do. EPI is part of the California Community College Technology Center, which provides leadership and technology to support this and other initiatives as well, such as the Common Assessment and online education initiatives. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our website, the cccedplan.org, which has a wealth of information, and we'll also have a Q&A as a result of this session today. But I really want to encourage everyone to take a look at the website, as it also will have some future webinars listed as well. And the vision and the goal is to structure pathways that support planning and progress, right? It's all about the students. We want students to feel directed so that they learn to navigate using tools, and that the student feels nurtured, that their college cares about them. The student feels focused so that they understand that their goal is connected to their career, and that the student feels engaged so they feel connected to the resources and opportunities at their fingertips. And the results are the EPI program outcomes. We help students make informed choices, assist in clarifying goals for students, and support that really important requirement that students have a stated goal by the time they've achieved 15 units of their education. We want to promote and support the coordination between the California Community College and the UC and CSU systems. We've already seen a very large increase in the transfer rate, and we want to support that coordination even further. But in the end, we really want to reduce the time it takes students to complete whatever their goal might be, whether that's a degree, a certificate, or a transfer. Today, we will be talking about the upper left-hand item, the self-assessment and career exploration component. This is a component of an integrated suite of tools in our Student Services Portal. At the very heart of this portal, right there in the middle, you see our student. And I just want to give a real quick point out there that our student is holding a cellular device. Did you know that 40% of our students use their cellular device as their sole computer platform? Therefore, everything we do needs to be keeping that in mind and be built to be mobile responsive. Although today we're going to be focusing on the self-assessment and career exploration, this integrated suite of tools is all combined, such that when that student chooses that career, we can populate that college application with that goal, hold that as they go through orientation and assessment, and actually pre-populate the ed plan with that career goal in the future. So this all ties together for the success of the student. And when I speak of the student, our family of students in the California Community College system is such a diversified group. We have Faith Freshman who's just gotten out of high school and is very unclear about what she wants to do in life. And yet we have Regina returning who has children and works full-time. And we have to keep in mind that we have students that have issues and challenges going through college. They might be on academic probation. We can do things that will help them and guide them along the way. And veterans. We have veterans that are returning from military service, and we need to keep in mind the tools that are needed specifically for them. And that's one of the things I love about MZ, having the SIP to SOC code and the military codes that translates into the civilian codes. And so a lot of great tools, but we have to keep in mind that we serve a variety of students. What we did is we got a committee of very knowledgeable folks together, administrators, counselors, student services deans, just a variety of folks came together, and we prioritized the list of business requirements that we would need in order to have a system that could serve the needs of those 2.3 million diversified students. At the end of the day, after we went through all the business requirements, we actually were able to narrow it down to these very top requirements. We knew we needed a short assessment, right? Because our students mostly work, have kids. We needed something that would be short and easy for them to take. We knew it had to be accessible, not just ADA 508 compliant, but WCAG 2.0 AA compliant, very accessible. Data security goes without saying, had to have that. And again, just like I mentioned, because 40% of our students use their mobile device as their sole computer system, it had to be mobile friendly. And at the end of the day, when we took these business requirements, we then looked at the landscape, an environmental landscape of all the vendors on the market today. We evaluated their tools, technology, and who they were as an organization. And at the end of the day, after we did that thorough evaluation, it was clear that MZ, Economic Modeling Specialists International, was the most responsive and responsible vendor, and I'm so proud to have them with us today as not just our vendor, but our partner. And Ralph, I would love it if you would tell us a little bit more about MZ and Career Coach.
Super, thank you, Angela. Yeah, it's really been a privilege to work with this group, Angela, and all the people that we've worked with so far, and we're really excited for this day, this kind of kickoff day of the first module. Let me give you some idea of who we are, if I could, and what we bring to the table. Many of you are probably hopefully familiar with MZ and some of the tools and services that we do, that we provide, and that you regularly use. We work directly with most of the community colleges in California. We've participated with colleges, and we have clients throughout the United States, Canada, and the UK. So we've got kind of a broad swath of understanding of the labor market information, labor market data, and how to connect that with researchers, and in this case, in our outward-facing tool, Career Coach, to students. Okay, we do lots of things in this arena. We also are very, very proud to kind of talk about our work that we've done with colleges that have won the Aspen Prize Award. Some of you might be familiar with what the Aspen Award is. The Aspen Institute, it gives out an award every 2 years, and it recognizes excellence in colleges in the United States. And in the last year, for example, we had 9 out of the 10 finalists were MZ clients, and we're very privileged to be able to help colleges, be as excellent as possible. 3 of the last 4 Aspen Prize winners have integrated Career Coach, specifically the tool that we're going to talk about today, and effectively into their systems. Last year we had 1.2 million students use Career Coach, and we're very, very very proud of that fact and how they've used them. In California, there's a number of colleges that use them. These are some of them that you might recognize. El Camino College is going to be one of our pilot colleges, as I understand it, and we're very privileged to have partnered with them, and they have their own branded site. Along that lines, the big thing here is essentially Career Coach was designed to do exactly what the Student Service Portal is trying to do with the career exploration aspect of it. What we do is we identify students' interests, we connect that interest to potential careers, and most importantly, we connect the students to the programs that your college offers. And what that does is it drives student success. And that's really the goal, is to help students get to where they want to be. So how do we do student success? How do we help the students? Really, that's kind of the big question. One of the things that we've sort of recognized is students, when they come into school, especially young people, but even other people that have been displaced and that sort of thing, they have questions. You know, what should I study? You know, how much will I make? You know, what jobs are out there? You know, and what Career Coach is designed to do, and this career exploration statewide solution is designed to do, is to help answer those questions through data. So really that's the key, is to be able to help students be able to understand data in a very consumer-friendly way, to be able to get information about what they want to do. So what we want to do is we want to connect the students to a good paying job, something that they're interested in, something that they like to do, and that's growing and that has potential for them. And that's really kind of the goal. There's a couple of ways that we do that, and one of them is through people. You know, career counselors and faculty and other interested people in the college, they need tools to be able to help students. They can't be subject matter experts on everything, and so what Career Coach does is it helps them connect and be the subject matter expert, and it also helps the student be able to find that themselves. And the way we do that is we connect them to data through Career Coach. And so through this kind of solution that we've provided, we're helping the students find data directly, faculty and counselors be able to be subject matter experts as it relates to data and how that maps to different careers. And so the goal is to get a student turned on so that they can actually see what their future is, so that we can really provide success for them. The big portion of this is the self-assessment test. So one of the things that we've done, as Angela sort of described, was we needed a short assessment test. We really wanted students to be able to kind of start exploring right away. And I think what you'll see is the Career Coach aspect that we put into our tool here, our career exploration tool, is you'll see that it's very accessible and it helps guide students. So what we do in our short assessment is there's 6 questions. It's basically a like or dislike questions. You know, if a student, and it'll ask them to slide or select kind of their like or dislikes to 6 questions. This is an example of the first one: helping people advise, counseling, coaching, etc. And then they'll just slide that slider in whichever direction. And then from these 6 questions, what we'll do is we'll capture kind of who they are. And through this assessment tool, it'll give an idea of sort of how they match to these 3 different components. And then from there, it'll start to bring suggestions. These are broad suggestions from industries that they might be interested in, and then we start giving them more information that they'll be able to look at. And again, it's very intuitive, and I think the way we've designed it, we've been very successful to help students be able to understand kind of what this is telling them. Okay. I got my computer's slowing down here. I apologize. I've got the little wheel turning. So the next thing we're going to look at, as soon as my wheel stops wheeling. Yeah. Might have to restart this. Gosh darn it. I apologize for that. In the Mac, it's the wheel of death, not the blue screen.
Ralph, this is a quick question. This is Angela. I happen to have the slides up on my computer as well. So if you have any difficulty in restarting them, there might be an opportunity for me to, we can change presenter and somehow maybe I can load them up. But let's just, we really appreciate everyone's patience.
Yes, I apologize. Let's see. Change presenters, yes. And Angela, very good.
And just give me a moment while I get things going here in slideshow mode. And Ralph, I believe you were ready to start on this slide. Are you viewing it?
Actually, yes, I am. Yes, and I hope everybody else is too. So this slide here is as I say, it gives it starts to hone down for the student to be able to see what careers map to their interests. Okay, and again, what we see here, we start to get labor market information right away. You see that it's 28 bucks an hour. How many people are employed in this? All this information is, like I say, very attainable and information that a student can really understand and grasp. Let's look at the next one.
Okay.
And so as they pick a career that they're interested in, we start giving them even more information. You see, they can download PDF of this whole report that we're just going to kind of look at here quickly. And it talks about what the career is, what is the education level that's going to be needed for this. Of course, that's super important to know if it's going to be a certificate or a 4-year situation. So it starts to provide students with that information. Look at the next one. And then it gives very important information regarding how much is this job going to pay. One of the things that I'll talk about here is keeping in mind that all of this information right here is regional information. So the student is going to be able to understand the region that they're looking for throughout California, whatever that region might be, what this particular job will pay in that region, and it'll also talk about its growth potential, okay, which is also all important. The idea is to really give the student an understanding of what they're getting into, and we really feel like that this has been so helpful to be able to help people with their trajectory. And as Angela mentioned before, is to really get them through the system and to be able to start their lives with a career that they really would like. Let's go to the next one. So here, let's chat a little bit about kind of the roadmap and where the project has begun and where it is going, more importantly. We started on March 29th and began working on the project. In April, we had a great presentation at CCC-AOE, which was wonderfully attended, and was able to talk to some folks about that. Today, here we are with our Professional Development Module 1. Very excited about that. I think this is a milestone. By the end of this month, we're going to have our pilot testing colleges and career coaches really going to start to get integrated into the system. And then on October 1st, we're going to map the programs and the regions and start to develop that information. And then in a much more robust and it'll be kind of a ready for the whole system by December 15th, and we're very excited about that. And so far, we're on track and really looking forward to that. The next one, please. So the idea is the Student Service Portal has been built to design to help students find a career through programs, okay? And through Career Coach, which is the career exploration tool, students will be able to get the regional data that they need and to be able to understand where they're going, and then to really find the programs that map to those goals that they have. And the students in the Student Search Portal, you know, it's just going to really help a student really find a pathway to success. That's the goal. So the idea is we're going to have a couple more webinars, and to sign up for those, please go to the cccedplan.org and you can take a look at those. And as we build this out, you're going to be able to get more detailed information so that we can really make you kind of very much aware of what what career coach is going to be, what this career exploration tool, and how it's going to fit in to the student service portal. So with that, we really appreciate your time, and we're going to kind of look at some of the questions that you might have put together here. Incidentally, this slide here is one of my favorite in that we live in the Pacific Northwest, and we're kind of in a little university town here that's surrounded by wheat fields, and that is literally what it looks like right now during this kind of springtime. We're just starting to get our colors, and we just love kind of where we're at. And Angela, why don't you take over from here and
Sure, absolutely. And it is a gorgeous picture, Ralph. We love the green.
yeah.
And I just wanted to highlight one of the questions asked, will we have access to the PowerPoint slide deck after the webinar? And I can certainly take that one, Ralph, and the answer is yes. As a matter of fact, it's already been posted. And all you need to do to get your hands on it is go to the cccedplan.org website, and through that you'll see an area for the Professional Learning Network, and that is where we have posted these slides. But not only that, give us a few days. Sometimes it takes up to a week, but we are planning on even providing this recording on our website as well. So you'll have availability to this entire recording as well. So just take a look at that, cccedplan.org, for more information. And as Ralph mentioned, that's also where you will find more information about our upcoming webinars. This was a high-level kind of a review of the partnership between MZ and EPI. The next webinar, as Ralph alluded to, will be a deep dive into the actual data, because sometimes we get analysts that want to know where did the data come from, etc. But Ralph, even though we're not at that point yet where we're giving that module, we do have a question about the research on the validity and reliability of the short assessment results. And I don't know if you talked about, there is actually more than one assessment, and the one that you showed is the quick one that we love with the 6 questions. But I know that there's more than one. But if you could tell us a little bit about the research on the validity and reliability of the short assessment results. Thanks. That was from Deanne. Mm-hmm.
Very good. Hi, Dan. Yeah. Well, what we did is it's based off of the John Holland model. And so what we've done is this is kind of our proprietary way of condensing that assessment tool. We have some documentation on that and kind of some of the work that we've done with that. But the idea is, and we completely understand that this is a tool to help students get where they want to go. Okay, so I mean that we have longer assessments that they can take, and I'm sure that the system does as well. That they can take to be even more kind of detailed. The idea with this one is to start a student exploring, and I think that's where I think Career Coach really is valuable, where they can really start looking at these things. Every time I've ever shown somebody Career Coach, I don't care if it's my mom, I don't care if it's my brother, they all get it, and so hopefully that's the idea, is to get the student involved, starting to look at career choices, and then showing them where those career choices can be. I hope that answers your question, and I'd be happy to post a little more detailed information about our 6-question assessment.
Absolutely, and Ralph, we really appreciate that. And one of the things when you mentioned, everyone just gets it. It really is intuitive. And from the list, I think you'll show in the future webinars, once they get those list of careers, they can sort and filter based on so many parameters. It's so easy to use and so lovely. But I do have a question there from Julie. And I'm just trying to mouse over to see where Julie's from. But Julie, part of your name is off my screen. Julie Preston Smith. Will the fields of interests connect to the majors at our particular college?
They will, yes. That is the idea, in order to map those careers to your particular programs. That's exactly right.
Exactly. Now, Ralph, kind of like you showed on the roadmap slide, Julie, team, we have changed the foundation of Career Coach. Career Coach was built one college at a time, and we have ripped the rug underneath that foundation to rebuild the foundation statewide. So today, when you saw Ralph's screens, you saw the region being all of California. Allow us to develop the system further so that then we can regionalize and then build those interfaces with the college programs that Ralph talked about in that October, November, December timeframe, and then they will all be linked to the specific college programs. Therefore, when you see that specific career, it will tie to your college programs. If the student says, I need to look at this region, this is kind of where I want to go to college between, this mileage point and this mileage point in the state, and so it will be regionalized, and it will show for the each of the colleges the program specific to the college. So thank you for that question. And again, everyone, this the presentation slides are currently available today, and the recording of this will be available within the week. Ralph, I just want to share with you that those are the questions that we have received. So I think, everyone, we just really want to thank you for your time today, and thank you for letting us share about this partnership. It was a long time, getting to this point, and we are so thrilled to have the momentum that we have at this point, all for the good of the college students. So thank you. Ralph, any other comments from you?
No, like I say, I was very privileged to do it, and I hope that we can just really make this something that's super helpful for students in California. I really believe in what we're doing here, the Education Planning Initiative, and really look forward to kind of next step and how it's going to really roll out and hopefully be a solution for many colleges.
Perfect. Well then, everyone, thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and we'll look forward to talking to you on the next webinar.
Thanks so much.